All right, guys. Now, y'all know we have to talk about this, right? So, yesterday, Benjamin Netanyahu flew in to, the United States of America. He came to Washington, D.C. He went and actually spoke before Congress about all the injustices and everything happening in Israel. As this was going on, you had hundreds, probably even thousands of people right outside of Capitol Hill just absolutely losing their minds, protesting, yelling, screaming. There was like some sort of paper mache thing of Benjamin Netanyahu. They burned that. People were burning the flag, all these different things. There were crazy protests yesterday, right? So this morning, Donald Trump goes on Fox News, which he often does this. He'll go on Fox News early in the morning for like a 20-minute phone interview. They asked him his opinion about the fact that those protesters, the Free Palestine people who were completely against Benjamin Netanyahu and Israel and believe that he's a war criminal, they asked Trump, how do you feel about the fact that they were desecrating the flag and burning it? Donald Trump said that those people should get 1 year in jail. And he didn't exactly say that he would do that if he was president. However, the reporter did ask him the question. He said, sir, if you were president, what do you think should happen? And then Donald Trump basically said, I think they should all get 1 year in jail. Let's go ahead and listen to a little bit of what Trump said. Here we go.
What does a Donald Trump do if he takes office to these people on the street?
Rarely have we seen anything like this, and I think you should get a 1 year jail sentence if you do anything to desecrate the American flag. Now, people will say, oh, it's unconstitutional. Those are stupid people. Those are stupid people that say that. We have to work in Congress to get a 1 year jail sentence when they're allowed to stomp on the flag and put lighter fluid on the flag. And
okay, so that's what Trump said. He says that if you desecrate the flag, you should get 1 year in jail. First off, folks, number one, that is completely and absolutely unconstitutional, okay? The Supreme Court literally ruled in 1989 that flag desecration is prohibited under the First Amendment as free speech. As a matter of fact, let me actually go to my notes here. I went and looked it up. So here's what happened, right? So in 1989, you had a big case. You had Texas versus Johnson. And this actually saw the Supreme Court rule in a 5-4 decision that flag burning constitutes symbolic speech protected by the First Amendment. The court's majority opinion, which was written by Justice William Brennan, argued that freedom of speech includes actions that may be offensive to society, but are nonetheless protected. This is what makes America what it is. This is what makes America the greatest and freest country in the world. You are protected under this amazing thing that the founding fathers wrote in the Constitution called free speech. And the Supreme Court literally ruled in 1989 that even if the Supreme Court literally, Justice William Brennan literally said that freedom of speech includes actions that may be offensive to society, but are nonetheless protected. There was actually another Supreme Court case. So there was actually two rulings that they gave. One in 1989. The other one was actually in 1990. This decision that the Supreme Court came to in 1989 was reaffirmed in 1990 in the United States versus Eichmann, where the court struck down the Flag Protection Act of 1989, reiterating that the government cannot prohibit expression simply because it is offensive. So what Trump is literally trying to do, or trying to say he would like to do or should happen, is literally unconstitutional. I thought Trump and the Republican Party were all about upholding the rule of law. I thought they were all about protecting the Constitution and protecting people's freedoms and protecting people's rights. Well, if you throw people in jail because they exercise their First Amendment right to show their displeasure with the United States of America by burning the flag, you are in complete violation of the Constitution. Absolutely insane. I did want to go ahead and show something else. Kamala Harris is hilarious. So this is what the Kamala Harris campaign actually had to say about what Donald Trump said early this morning. So her campaign immediately released a statement, and they basically said, after watching Fox News this morning, we only have one question: is Donald Trump okay? That would be my same question as well, because, and I'm going to tell you guys why I agree with what the Harris campaign about is Donald Trump okay, because not only did he say that you should get 1 year in jail if you desecrate the flag, but he also said something else that was very strange and rubbed me kind of the wrong way. Let me go ahead and play more of this video from the clip from the interview that Donald Trump did this morning, and I'll go ahead and give my commentary on it.
senator fire. And when you're allowed to do that, you get a 1-year jail sentence and you'll never see it again. And all over the world, Putin and President Xi of China, all over the world, they're watching this. Kim Jong-un, he looks at us like we're a bunch of babies. They see that wouldn't happen in their countries. It's impossible for that to happen in their country.
All right. So Donald Trump says President Xi of China, Vladimir Putin, and Kim Jong-un are all laughing at the United States, and that would never happen in their country. I kind of feel the same way as the Kamala Harris campaign. Donald Trump, are you okay? Because why are you comparing the United States to 3 countries that have 1, authoritarian leaders, 2, literally you can't do anything in those countries without the threat of literally being killed? For example, Putin, Russia, literally be out here bombing people. Like, if you say anything bad about Putin, your house will freaking get bombed. Literally, you had that whole thing with that war general Prigozhin who went against Vladimir Putin. Next thing you know, his plane exploded and he ended up dead. Now, you had a political opponent, I think his name was Navalny or something like that in Russia. He was a strong critic of Vladimir Putin. Putin put him in jail, and then like 5 years later, he ends up dead. China, they can't even use the freaking internet. You say anything about President Xi, you literally just disappear. Folks in China just be out here disappearing and nobody know what happened. I don't know what happened to Ernie over there. All I know is he said something bad about President Xi. Some guys in black suits came and got him. I've never seen him again. Why are you comparing the United States to these crazy countries? And don't even get me started with North Korea. Who gives a crap what North Korea would do in this situation? Oh, North Korea would never let people desecrate their flag. Yeah, you can't do anything in North Korea. I don't think you want to compare the United States to some of these awful countries where awful things happen to their citizens and their people literally have no rights, literally can't use the internet, can't speak out against the government, can't break any rules of anything, can't oppose the rule of law in any way, even if it's wrong. Why would you compare the United States to that? I just think that's nuts. So anyway, Trump, you got me questioning if you're okay, man. I mean, that was a bad take. That really was. It completely goes against the Constitution. If you're a Trump supporter and you agree with what Trump says, then I'm really questioning you, because the Supreme Court already ruled that that's completely unconstitutional. And if you're a true Republican, you're supposed to be all for the First Amendment and freedom of speech, which means that just like that Supreme Court justice ruled, even if you find it offensive, people should still be able to say and basically participate in demonstrations that vocalize how they feel without fear of persecution or getting prosecuted or going to jail from the government, because that's what free speech is all about, right? So we got to stop with the hypocrisy, guys. We got to stop with this whole, I'm going to uphold the Constitution when it benefits me and my party, but I'm not going to do it when it's something that I disagree with. You know, that completely goes against the entire standard of free speech. Anyway, that's today's video. Thanks, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.